In the mid-1960s, when San Francisco was ground zero for a rock music revolution, one woman stood out among the voices shaping that revolution, Grace Slick. In 1992, Channel 2's Laura Zimmerman talked with Grace Slick for a series of reports on rock legends.
There was a time when Grace Slick was called the Acid Queen. She joined Jefferson Airplane in the mid-60s, but then set up headquarters in the Haight-Ashbury. Grace was the face and voice that came to symbolize the craziness of the time.
A lot of rock and roll is intent, and a lot of it also is how are you saying the words that are coming out of your mouth. I know singers who will say, in other words, the line, I want to kill you. You can't sing it, the line, I want to kill you. Now that's a lot of notes. And there are a lot of people who can wander around and do a lot of notes better than I just did that one, but you know what I mean, a lot of notes and everything, but it doesn't mean anything. Because you don't say a line like you say, I want to kill you! And that's rock and roll.
Grace says the one artist who inspired her the most performance-wise was Mick Jagger.
He was the only singer that I had ever seen get up and challenge an audience. Most singers are going, I left my heart in San Francisco, and they're smiling at the audience, okay? You're all wonderful, we're all here together, have another glass of champagne. Under my thumb! And I went, yes! And this is not, I'm not being anti-feminist, I'm just, his whole attitude was, he's challenging the audience.
Grace developed her own challenging style and gave the band a political and hard-hitting edge. Today, she's critical of stars like Madonna, who put style over substance.
I like the dressing up. Nothing wrong with it. It's fun to have, you know, silly songs and love songs and look at my crotch and everything, and I don't mind any of that. But how about one song or one remark that says something about something beside your new outfit? Someone was playing Operation Games.
The band lost its 60s look over the years, but kept making hit records. Grace stayed with it until 4 years ago. She quit, walked away, when she felt her time was up.
I think old people doing rock and roll is kind of embarrassing. I think leaping around grabbing your crotch when you're 50 is sort of silly.
So Grace put music on hold to campaign for animal rights, speaking now instead of singing. First, she focused on the endangered panda, and now lab animals. Grace admits her new path takes people by surprise.
They say, you're Grace Jones, aren't you? Because they've got famous singer something, you know, the face, you know, or there's another, my most favorite one was, didn't you used to be Grace Slick?
In 1993, disaster struck Grace Slick's Mill Valley home. County workers started a fire while welding in the area. The flames destroyed Slick's house and much of her memorabilia. It was later determined that firefighters stole much of what little memorabilia survived the fire. 7 months later, Marin County settled with Grace Slick and her insurance company for $900,000. That's it for this week's Second.